So you've got your MailChimp account created. You've made some subscription forms. Now it's time to send those first emails. You're undoubtedly asking yourself, what content should I put in my email? Unfortunately, there's not a proven algorithm for knowing what will resonate with your users, your subscribers, your readers. The best option is to always test. Really test a variety of email content, then track the results to see what content your email list favors. Now say it again with me. Test. The first thing I tell any client that asks me, what content should I put in my email? I tell them to study two things. First, your competition. Two, the pros. So first, subscribe to email list of your direct competition. See what they're emailing their customers. Second, subscribe to email list of large corporate companies. And these don't even have to be in your industry. These large corporations have marketing teams of hundreds of people crafting this marketing content, building out email design, and much more. So why not take ideas from the best of the best? I literally subscribe to hundreds of email newsletters. Some I could care less about, but the list I subscribe to are the leaders in their industry. So like I said, even if they're not in your industry, find the leader of that industry and subscribe to their newsletter. They got there for a reason, right? So most of the time, they have amazing email campaigns. And I love to dissect them, starting at their email subject line, their from name, the time of day they sent it, their pre-header, email preview line, their actual email content. Are there images? Are there buttons? How much text? How many click-through links? Analyze everything. Nike is an obvious email list to get on right away. They are amazing at directing users to opting into hyper-segmented lists. So you're only marketed your specific shoe interest, clothing interest, and news you care about. Now talk about beauty and amazing email design. Subscribe to Chanel. They have really amazing template layouts and really solid call to actions. They use design and photography and images to lead your eyes to the text and then their call to action button or link. Ralph Lauren basically creates a shopping page right in your email. I've used their format for clients that use e-commerce 360. So for example, we can remarket to people who have put items into their cart but never finished the checkout process. If you're looking for image and template design ideas, subscribe to Starbucks. They have gorgeous but clean email layouts that again direct you to their call to actions. A great example of simple plain text newsletters can be found by subscribing to IWillTeachYouToBeRich.com. As you can see, the vast majority of emails are designed elegantly with HTML and images and buttons because it works better than simple plain text emails. But if you are a blogger or looking to send an email with a personal touch, then the occasional simple text email is okay. 67% of consumers consider clear, detailed images to carry more weight than product info or customer ratings. After several A/B split test campaigns with Course Envy, I found that simply an image of a happy female got a 67% higher click-through rate than any course screenshot or any course customer review screenshot. So an image like the one on this slide, including a human, really adds that personal touch and increases the connectability of your content to your subscribers. One thing to note when you're creating these emails is to make sure they are mobile friendly. These are responsive emails. Most emails today are viewed on mobile devices. So before you click send on your email campaign, make sure to preview it and confirm that it looks good on a mobile screen. So while on the Design Content tab in your MailChimp campaign, click the Preview and Test link in the top right nav bar. In that drop-down, select Enter Preview Mode. On this screen, you can preview how your email will look on a mobile device. If any image or text is not wrapping correctly, you can go back to the design and change it. But one nice thing about MailChimp is if you use one of their templates, they're automatically responsive. The only time I've experienced a problem was a client who gave me raw HTML for their email design rather than using one of the templates MailChimp provided. So here are my 5 rules of call to action. Number 1, don't trap your email's call to action in an image. Image buttons and graphics certainly work better on a web page to entice actions such as purchases or signups. However, in an email template, those images may be hidden or not displayed at all depending on your subscriber's email provider. So if your call to action is in an image, I like to add a button and as a backup, a text hyperlink as a call to action as well. But we recommend you avoid image-based call to actions entirely and only use text links or buttons. But sometimes for brand design or design reasons in general, you're obligated to include that call to action within the graphic. Just make sure that there's a prominent text link of that same call to action right next to it or right below it. Remember that a button is an actual design element in your email campaign builder. So as you can see, I have a header image, the text. Right here, I would want to include a call to action button. My number 2 rule, minimize the number of email call to actions. The more decisions that you ask your user to make, the more likely they won't make a decision at all. Keep the number of things that you ask your users to click through to, or actions to take, to a minimum in your email. After all, one click is better than no clicks, right? If you ask a user to choose between many different options, click here, shop now, I find that they choose nothing. So keep it to 1 or 2 call to actions. Number 3, keep your email call to action simple. You just want them to understand immediately what they are supposed to click, buy, or join. A call to action is not a place to get your thesaurus out. It's a place for you to use the most powerful and easily understood words to guide your readers to action. For example, don't ask your subscribers to follow our company on the world's largest social network. Keep it simple. Tell your users, like us on Facebook. Users are busier than ever today and have limited time to read emails. Fewer words that mean more and that users can quickly understand are the best way to write a call to action. Number 4, make your email call to action stand out. From a design perspective, you want to ensure that your email call to action stands out and has a backup link in case your images or buttons don't appear on your subscriber's email provider. Don't hide it within a block of text. Separate that call to action out and ensure there's white space around it so it really stands out. Also, use a bolded font and even try a font that is a larger size than the rest of your email content. Next, while it's not an ideal classy design look, you may want to consider using asterisks or arrows around that call to action to draw attention to it. Finally, we always recommend blue links with an underlined style. Your online brand may not match this design and color scheme, but making your call to action look like a hyperlink will improve your click-through rate and thus improve overall email campaign performance. As you can see, this example has a button and a backup hyperlink just below the button that is bolded, underlined, and the color blue. Finally, my number 5 rule, segment and tailor your email call to action. If your email list is large enough that you're segmenting sublists, then you can also segment the writing of your email call to action text. Anytime that you make a call to action more specific to your demographic who is reading the email, you can improve the performance of that call to action. So, for example, if you're segmenting users by state, you may have one call to action that reads, sign up for Texas's favorite summer activity list. Or another call to action, sign up for Florida's favorite summer activity list. This is a great way to hyper-segment your large email list into mini small email lists for more direct marketing. I can tell my Florida list Florida-specific activities in the future. Customers crave segmented, personal, direct emails. So where do you lead them with this call to action? It's very important to lead your users to the right pages after they click your call to action. The more relevant the page, the higher the conversions will be. So if your call to action link says, click here for our Facebook marketing course at CourseEnvy.com, and it leads them to a general course page listing all your courses, that subscriber is going to be disappointed. So always triple check your emails with a test email. With that test email, you can click and verify each link, each graphic, each button call to action, and make sure they lead to the correct page. So here's an example email I got from Airbnb. I clicked the add a photo, and it popped up with my Airbnb edit profile where I could add a photo to my profile. Here's another email I got from Airbnb. There were direct find out buttons below 3 different homes I could stay in. So I clicked and checked that each one went to that specific home. You want every link from your email to match the exact intended landing page. This not only helps increase conversions, but will prevent you from looking like a fool. Finally, I love to follow the classic 80-20 rule with email marketing. By this, I mean 80% useful content and 20% sales content. You don't want to send too many sales emails. It will lead to a high number of spam complaints and unsubscribes. Always try to provide value and useful content 80% of the time. Then your users will welcome that 20% of sales pitches and even possibly buy your product or service if they've loved the 80% of free value-adding content thus far.